Well, we never should have gone to war. The Civil War. That from Republican White House hopeful Ron Paul, the Texas congressman, saying Abe Lincoln only went to war to get rid of the original intent of the Republic. Check out his response on Meet the Press when Tim Russert says we would still have slavery had we not.
Oh, come on, Tim. Slavery was phased out in every other country of the world, and the way I'm advising that it should have been done is do like the British Empire did. You buy the slaves and release them. How much would that cost compared to killing 600,000 Americans, and where it lingered for 100 years? I mean, the hatred and all that existed. So every other major country in the world got rid of slavery without a civil war.
Bill Kristol is with us. He is the editor of the Weekly Standard. Kind of an interesting take for a presidential hopeful to be taking on one of the most popular presidents in American history.
Well, he's a crackpot, John. And, you know, the extreme right has always hated Lincoln. The extreme left hates Lincoln. And as often is the case with people like Ron Paul, the extreme right and extreme left have come together behind his candidacy. He doesn't approve of anything any American government has done, so far as I can tell, in the last 150 years. He's against the interventions in both world wars, I believe. He's against the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Or he's against, you know, efforts to help poor people by the federal government. He claims to be a libertarian, but he doesn't seem to care much about liberty. I saw in the interview with Tim Russert, he also cites Vietnam as a wonderful place. But shouldn't libertarians be a little unhappy about the absolute absence of liberty in current Vietnam? So I think he'll run in the primaries. He may run in the general election, as Pat Buchanan and Ross Perot did. He may get some votes. But I don't think at the end of the day let's hope he's not going to be a serious player in this campaign.
Well,
I've been listening to the discussion, and I'm a military wife. My husband's on his third tour to Iraq. And I just want to, if I could look Mr. Kristol and people like him from the American Enterprise Institute, these people that are still pushing the war. I sleep 2 hours a night. I'm sure when your head hits your pillow, you know, you have the luxury of dreaming about, you know, anything that your mom will allow you to dream about. I sleep with a phone under my pillow. My kids, if someone rings the doorbell, instead of doing what normal kids do, they freeze. And they're in elementary school. You all don't understand. We're military people, but we're people too. And the stress that we are under is tremendous. So I'll make a proposal before I have to leave the air. If this war is as important as you on the right and the hawks say it is, and if it is truly essential to our vital interest to do this, then institute the draft so we can have a break. We are at the breaking point. I just had to counsel a friend last night who has had a solid marriage for 14 years because their marriage has fallen apart because they're dual military and they haven't lived under the same roof together in 5 years. We're people. We can't keep up this stress level. Our children can't keep up this stress level. The spouses left behind can't keep up this stress level. And all you all keep saying, you just called my husband and all his troops a liar when you said it's mostly the insurgents attacking us. Because when I do get the luxury of speaking to my husband, what I'm hearing is the Iraqis let us through the gate, the security forces will let us through the gate, and 30 minutes after we pass through, they're laying down IEDs to blow us up when we come back through. They don't want us there. I understand you truly believe what you're saying, but it's not working. We can't want it for them more than they want it for themselves. Please bring my husband home. Please bring our brave troops home. We're tired. We're really tired.
Thank you. Thank you, caller. We understand.
Well, look, the Army, some of us have been arguing, well, first of all, I really respect, obviously, the service of those who have been over there. We had dinner last night with close friends whose son just got back from Iraq, and it is tough duty, obviously, and now we're on second and third tours. Some of us argued for a long time, before 9/11 and very vehemently after 9/11, that the Army and Marines were too small for the world we are living in, for the foreign policy obligations we are likely to have to impose on our military, for the warfighting obligations we're going to have to impose on the all-volunteer military. And finally, we're increasing the size of the Army and the Marines, but we're paying a price for that in terms of longer tours and people going back a second and third times, and the strains on family life are obviously very real, and obviously it's a tough job over there.